Up, 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 up. Yo. Okay, I forgot to change the lights again. So I'm gonna go do that real quick, and then we're gonna get started. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Sorry I'm late. You ever spend the last 2 days, you ever spend like a couple of days just going like, I'm gonna do these things, and then you spend most of the day knocked out instead? Yeah, that happened again to me today. Um, I meant to even like get up and go look about stuff with my phone because I'm having a problem. And the problem that I'm having is that my lock button is starting to fall out of my phone on the side. So, as long as I've been putting off replacing my phone, also thank you for the good luck, Segura. I have to stop putting off doing something about my phone. I think, thankfully, I'm eligible for like an upgrade. So, hey, Cat Wizard, I just need to make sure that I gotta make sure that like my phone authorizer mostly. I gotta make sure that the password is right on that and that I have the most recent one set up, so that when I switch phones, that's taken care of as well as like memory and stuff like that. But that means I need to like just go double check and make sure that all of that is that all of that's taken care of. But yeah, how you doing, Cat Wizard? Hopefully well. So yeah, I probably got to go like on Sunday. I was like, hey, Dion, what's up? So yeah, yeah, maybe like Sunday or next week I go, or if I can get up early enough tomorrow, um, it I should be able to do it. Pretty good. So we get beard actually today, huh? Yeah. By this much growth, I really probably should trim it up after stream today. I think. Um, yeah. I do need to trim it up a little bit though. Not so much because I like dislike having a full beard, but mostly because without getting into like too kind of like details about it, when my hair gets too long because of how dense it is, some of the curliness causes problems. I know it doesn't look like it considering that like up here I'm like, oh, that has thinned out more since the last time I looked at it, huh? That feels a type of way. Oh well. But yeah, pretty much. While it doesn't grow super, super outward, it's very dense and very curly. I want to say that in terms of like what they talk about when they talk about like hair types. I think I'm like somewhere closer to like a 4B or a 4C or something, which is like very, 4 is the number, I forget. But like very dense and very curly. So it doesn't grow out a lot unless I wait a long time, but it does grow very thick. So for other hygiene reasons, I need to like trim up a little bit. Uh, it looks like mostly all of it is just like here, and I was just doomed to start thinning up here, like a while ago, I guess. But you know, but yeah, no, like trimmed down beard, SJ will still. All right, me. I'm gonna own it. Trimmed down beard SJ will still probably be about as handsome, just with like a 20% less chance of like other hair care shenanigans going on. So, and usually, so yeah, um, usually I'll keep like the goatee and then just like trim down the sides here. It makes it easier also for masks to fit and stay correctly when I just have the goatee, which is always useful because, you know, go out, mask up. That's kind of my thing. But yeah, I was messing around with learning some stuff in Blender despite also waking up late, which is half the reason why we're starting late. So forgive. But I did promise I'd get y'all more of my Shiranui gameplay today, and that is the plan. I just need to go grab the controller display and make sure it's up and running first before we get started. Okay, cool. Now we want 5 or 6. So yeah, falling in love with my Shiranui was not something I was expecting, and then while I was randomly playing during a couldn't sleep trip recently, I literally went for a how many games was it? Played like a 40 game set against a random person who I ran into on casual match. Yeah, it was like a 38 game set for casual match. It was kind of wild, actually. So I went a little ham on a night that I couldn't sleep, and the end result of it is thank you so much for the raid, Steminade. Deeply appreciate it. Hey, Vinka. How's Warframe going? Hopefully well. Oh, Hen's birthday is literally Valentine's. Okay. I hadn't thought about that. But hopefully well. How did Warframe go? Also, welcome on into the Backdash. Okay. Now I can actually, now that like I'm late, but also now that I'm not rushing, I can like sit down and actually do stuff about the way mine. A little more clear. Playing a little more. Though? Yeah. I tried out my mostly from the perspective of, you know what, I just need to get an idea of what I'm in for and how this is going to work. Was the initial idea, and then I played her, and then I'm like, it's like playing Candy kind of, but with a couple of different things. And I'm just like, well, I guess I'm here now. There is almost no way in which that means anything, but that's fine. So, I am probably also still at least a carry player, at least a little bit at heart, but my is kind of where it's at for me right now next to Cammy. Check her super combo. Let's see. Yeah, this is the way that my game settings are currently set up. It always plays the opponent's music. So this is an arrangement of Terry's classic theme, Kuri Pinton. Spelled like so. That's it's not Terry's original Fatal Fury theme, I think. It was different in the first Fatal Fury game, but from like from Fatal Fury 2 introduced it. I forget what the full word means, but Kuri is chestnuts. So I'm gonna head out, Brody. I gotta step outside and get some sunlight. All good. Go on ahead. Get you some get you the sun vitamins. I appreciate it. I just want to catch you. Thank you for stopping by. Candied chestnuts and sweet potatoes. Thank you. So sometimes, not always, they also basically whenever you get a remix of that theme, the word like chestnuts is always like part of it. So for example, Harry's, I want to say it was his AOF 90. I think it might have been the Fatal Fury theme, like 98 theme. I don't remember. I'm gonna go look it up. But I could get this wrong. No, I was wrong. No, I was right. It's in both. So, Harry is one of the few characters that got a musical theme in AOF 97, and it is called Kurito Itsumarene, which is Chestnuts and Forever. It also appears as his theme in Real Bout Fatal Fury 2, and it is basically a remix of Kurikinton. But he has other themes that are not based on it. But Kurikinton is basically considered kind of like his hallmark theme, next to Big Shot. Like those are the two that he's generally most well known for. Similarly, Mai's theme is not the theme. Well, Mai's theme in this game is I have to remember what it's called, and I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. Mai's theme is hers from Fatal Fury 2 remix. The other theme that she's known for is also from Real Bout 2, called My My 2. And Ryujin, thank you. So yeah, and Ryujin was her Fatal Fury 2 theme, but there's a Fatal Fury 2 theme, which they remixed for this game, but the other one that she's most commonly known for is My My 2, which was in Real Bout 2. And I think maybe also Real Bout 1 if I remember correctly. So, and Kurito Itsumarene might also be in Real Bout 1, but I forget. I have played Real Bout 2 though, so that's why I know for sure. Music. Thank you, Sabrina. So, right, my whole thing, and why I said basically at the start of the stream that I was like, I talked about this a little bit last week, but last week I was also like a little EP and not 100%. I am considerably less EP and much closer to being, you know, myself at the moment, so it's a little easier for me to like actually explain what the heck is going on and how the heck I'm thinking about how she works. So here is the way that this
Really now? You shouldn't keep a girl
here's her main thing. So I said this last week, but I'm going to kind of reiterate this now while I go check Super Combo to see what information is filled out for her. Super Combo, my SF6. I'm curious about whether or not they have a couple of things down for her yet, but they may not. I feel like something kind of changed a couple of things. Okay, yeah, much better. Can I trust the person who made it?
Really now? You shouldn't
So,
keep a girl
my
waiting.
Shiranui's whole thing. So, it's interesting because basically, unlike Harry, right? Right now I'm going to turn off or to speak right. So basically, my whole thing as a character is that, in a very general sense, in this game in particular, he very much aims for a pressure game with their fans, pretty good pokes. And unlike Terry, who has Terry's pokes are a little bit weirder to work around because either damage limitations, range limitations, speed, or both. Doesn't mean that he's bad, but it means that you sort of have to be. He's like solidly in like the mid tier, right? It's one of those things where with Terry you have to be very deliberate. Not that this isn't true of other characters also, but with Terry in particular, you need to be very careful about where you put out your normals, because his are generally, while they're very disjointed, they are relatively slow. So Terry is really good at like burst damage, covering the speed, and good close mid-range pressure. Like he has all of them. He's really, really good at it, right? But in terms of like combo extensions and other stuff like that, in this game in particular, it takes a little more work sometimes when you're trying to like extend out his combos. Mai, on the other hand, kind of approaches this from the opposite. The reason why I said she's very similar to Cammy is because she's got a pretty good move set, and she has really good hooks. But the main thing that she has in the difference from Terry is that Mai's conversion potential is kind of absurd, right? Like Mai's potential in Terry, especially if you're willing to like spend resources, is really good, right? From mid, so like from a little bit past mid, right? I can carry somebody near to the corner if I get like right? Like I spent 2 guys for that, and they're in the corner. Right? So my main thing is that as far as like pokes go, he has a really good selection of them, right? And has a lot of range. So even if I'm not like spending Jive meter, right? Corner carry with Mai is extremely accessible, very easy to convert all of the subs, right? Then she has a very broad variety of special moves. You have Kachosen as a projectile, so you can hit it out of the air with like a normal and stuff like that. But charge it. Depending on which version you charge, right? The fan will bounce after it hits, but the trajectory for the bounce that depends on which version of Kachosen. Then if you charge up the overdrive one, you get that. Right? Ryuenbu, especially if you use it like light Ryuenbu, if you have the spacing correct, right? Does actually like cancel this, or it does right? Even though Ryuenbu's like -4 on block, as you can see, right? You can space it out. In this version, like -6, to allow make carry block, so you can see it. When I say minus and I give a number, or I say plus and I give a number, I'm talking about something called failure. So you see how it says -4F up top and then 4F on the bottom? This means that carry can move 4 frames, 4/60th of a second, right, before I recover. But any of Terry's moves that are fast enough to take advantage of that don't reach this far. Be more careful, even with the heavy, even like the medium version of Ryuenbu being like -6. Right? Again, if you're careful, you have to be very deliberate about the spacing, so you don't. And in this case, it's not as good as like a tool for that, right? You have to be very deliberate about like how you do your Ryu energy spacing. You can use it to like try to like bait somebody from doing some nonsense at a distance that they should. And then it hits, right? The light version is a 3 confirm into so it's the medium version. The medium version also has like a knockdown. And you can like right, and then you can run up and do a meaty pretty easily, right? You dash, and you have at least 12 or 13 frames of knockdown time, like do that basically, and get an extra, get a meaty and things like that. But it's also fast enough to dash up, take a meaty, and block, right? Very useful. So, here's the view and get Tatsuki no Ribachi. The extra thing. I don't think you need a heavy version. Yeah, you can do lighter movement. And then Shinobi Bachi itself is also a confirm into Super Art. You can't do OD Shinobi Bachi afterwards. That's silly. But because as you saw, like OD Shinobi Bachi, that's useless. If you want to burn 1 meter, you can do like stuff like that. Alright, let's talk about their guys. So, Musasabi no Mai, right? Musasabi no Mai, as you can see, right? And also as you can see, right, like Musasabi no Mai, the dive kick, you can only do it while you're going forward. Like any other dive kick, right? You cannot make it plus, you can't make it single. So just like with Tammy's dive kick, basically speaking, if you hit at about his leg or lower, you're pretty much safe, right? Like, the most you can do is basically make it like -1 on block. But that's fine, because, like, it's a really good dive kick. Right? Musasabi no Mai, if you're able to hit like at the feet, it's minus, but it's safe. So you see how it says -2 after, right? The fastest move of any given character in Street Fighter 6, it is no faster than like 4 frames. In the new way of measuring frame rate, it's no faster than 4 frames. So basically. So basically, right, if you do, what's the word I'm looking for? My brain. So if you do Musasabi no Mai, and you're able to hit somebody's feet or like their waist-ish level, and you're like -3, right? Again, fastest button in the game that I recall is 4 frame, right? So basically speaking, even if somebody tries like mash on you here, you'll still beat them because, you know, you're good. Unless they literally do a super move at you, like mashing a jab or something, you should be fine. And even then, you should be able to attack before they do. So let's test this actually. I'm saying this as if I can't literally just recording clock reversal. Sometimes I forget how frame data works and I just like manually test things out. But never mind, I'm full of shit. Like, you basically... So while you can't that so basically speaking, right, you have to gamble a little more, but if you really feel like it, right, if you're able to like get it at, yeah, too high up, right, then you're gonna, then you can't do anything about it. But if you hit low enough, your choice of palette map with my looks a lot like a ball gate here for my vehicle to elaborate on. But basically speaking, right, so while you can never make Musasabi no Mai safe enough to jab people out afterward, because you're always minus, you do get enough time, potentially, to do a reversal of some sort, so that you catch them out, like mashing a button to try to like punish you or something. You have ways of like dealing with that. So, the main reason why I say that Mai is a lot like Cammy, except that, there's a couple differences that, so, Mai, basically, her main thing that's different from Cammy is really, 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 really good at applying a lot of pressure and staying on top of you because she doesn't have any projectiles. Because Mai has projectiles, she can still be on top of you and still pressure you, but generally speaking, right, it is fairly difficult for Mai to get plus frames from any of her normals on block unless she either hits you with a meaty or is using dry brush, right? So let me switch to Cammy to demonstrate what I'm talking about here so you understand what I'm getting at. Like, Cammy doesn't have a ton of buttons that are plus either, right? But you'll notice that unlike with Mai, Cammy can, for example, make Cannon Strike absurdly plus if she hits somebody's toes with Cannon Strike. Hit somebody's toes with Cannon Strike, or even, like, she can make it extremely close, right? So, like, and even though Cammy only has, for example, like, he only really has, like, and this is on purpose, sort of, like, Street Fighter 6 is not a game that has a lot of plus buttons on characters just up and raw. That's on purpose, because Street Fighter 5 had a lot of that and it was a problem. But the main result of this is that, like, Cammy is like a plus, like a like a plus, like even without a lot of this, even without like a lot of other. You have to be more careful with this button now because it does have like longer recovery. But the main thing I'm getting at is that while Cammy has a lot of buttons that are minus, they're not very, very minus. So it's one of those things where it's a lot easier for Cammy to like lay out tons of pressure, right? Whereas with mine, you see a lot of like a lot more of those like -3s and -6s and -3s and stuff like that, right? Well, with 2MK, that's not a surprise because it tends to be a really long-reaching button, so it needs to be less safe on block. The main point mostly is that a lot of Cammy's buttons are a lot safer on block, so it is easier for her to dispense pressure when she's up in your face. My, not so much. My can still do pressure stuff, but it doesn't turn plus without drive rush. And that's sort of true of Cammy as well, but the main thing is that because Cammy's buttons are all relatively minus to begin with, she doesn't need drive rush as much if she's already in place, right? Like if Cammy is in on you, you can run pressure to make you like get a little froggy without having to spend a lot of drive meter to do that. My has a harder time. Trade-off to that basically is that my has an overhead where she actually steps forward. My has projectiles that basically set up for like all kinds of pressure bullshit if you don't know how to deal with them correctly, right? So it's a fit, basically for all intents and purposes, it's a fair trade with it, right? So with Cammy, right, you have to spend more time figuring out how to navigate around projectiles and other such things in ways that mine doesn't. You can get around projectiles like dive kick the same way mine can and all that other stuff. And it's a little bit harder for Cammy to deal with characters who are really good at a projectile game if you yourself are not on top of it. Cammy is very much like you have to know what's called your strike throw mix-up. The strike throw mix-up in this context refers to like, do you understand when it's appropriate to like attempt to try to like jab at somebody and sneak in a low, jab at somebody, throw them, that kind of stuff, right? You need that kind of stuff for Cammy a lot more. With it's useful to know it, but you also have the additional layer of high-low mix-ups, where if you got somebody down on the ground and can approach them, you can sort of like make them guess between, am I going to do my overhead? Am I going to do one of my lows? Am I not going to do it, right? On top of strike throws. So Mai has that going for her, and Cammy doesn't. The trade-off of that is that Mai does not have nearly as much. It's harder for her to pressure by like a lot. Ooh.
KO! Get ready, fighters! Triumph or die!
That's fair. Whoops. Yep. Yeah, so the Gladiuses here are a good call. The thing with using Gladius like that is that if I'm not careful, I'll get fucked up and I'll basically eat a shot of armor. I messed up and I forgot which character I was playing. And I went too hard for nothing, basically. That was supposed to be a super hard game, but I messed it up because I forgot what the command was. Well, for now. That's... Yep. Yep.
Stay down.
And that's why Gladius is really useful, and why as a Modern player you should be making use of it. Because OD Gladius will basically literally just take a flying shit on people trying to like dive impact past you. This doesn't work. So the main thing is that Gladius does not have lower body armor. So like yeah, I messed up. If I'd been a little further back, I would have done that. I don't know why we keep getting this. This is making it a little harder. Because you notice that, like, I don't know if y'all can see it, but, like, there are, like, little jitters that are happening. Yeah, that's good. No.
It's past your bedtime.
Fuck, I could have just thrown a fireball. Why did I do that? Throw a fireball. Because either he would have punched it or... Nope, didn't even do that. Not without, like, confirming it. Yeah, no, I didn't do that. See those little freezes that keep happening? I don't know why that's happening, but it is making it harder to play because it's like you don't know. I don't know why that was happening, but it made it harder because, like, that's the thing, right? With Marisa, the main thing, I don't have a lot of matchup experience with Mai against Marisa yet. But the main thing more generally is that, like you might expect with anything else, right? Like, Marisa is the character who basically lives if you hesitate. But also, if you like, if you're not able to like actively call out my opinion bullshit, even as like my character, as my player or anybody else, we die. Very difficult. So yeah, that's the other thing about like my fire decks, right?
An opening, as predicted.
Yeah. Oh no, I messed up. I'm going to be right behind me. Yeah, definitely that. So that's the main thing. I want to talk about here because this is my thing, right?
Ready, fighters.
The thing that is more important, especially if you're not competing, right? I know that like players who are competing have like different considerations kind of take in mind here. What I'm about to say. But like, if you're not competing, then ultimately what's more important is synergy with your character, right? Or even if you are competing, honestly. Like, what's more important sometimes is just synergy with your character. And what feels right in terms of like how they operate and how they work for you. I might have gotten hit by it. I didn't get hit by it in the worst way. I was fishing for that. Character synergy is what's most important. Honestly. And even in situations where you are competing, sometimes character synergy is more important. Because what's the way that I want to, how do I want to describe it? The thing with characters, right? If you understand how your character works, and you understand how your character works well, then let me phrase it this way. Tiers are mostly a measure of how characters compete against each other, assuming that your two players are equal strength, which is a very nebulous thing to measure in the game. But like, that's the main thing, right? So, it's one of those things where, like, even if the character is theoretically better in a specific matchup, if you are not as well studied in the game, by whatever measure you think that, I got to stop that. Then it doesn't really matter if a certain character is better in the matchup or not. Like, you're going to get it. It's kind of just the way that it is. That guy could have been doing a charge to wake up with like a flash kick and I would have gotten popped right in the jaw. Nope. You haven't even been there. It could be, honestly. That's the cause of these weird ass stuff. It could really just be. Because it's happening with other people that aren't the person when it's possible to pop her. Damn it, VUM didn't come out, because I didn't. But I could have done, after that, I could have done Ryu-Enbu into SA3 and kill them.
Face it straight.
So when I said earlier that like my is most of the time, like if Ryu-Enbu's not coming out, I'm assuming it's because I just didn't do the motion pull. And it's on me. That's my general assumption has been like if I'm doing a motion and it doesn't come out, it's probably my fault. So yeah, the other thing is that like in terms of like doing projectile wars, mine has to work a little bit harder to try to do that, honestly. For me, things have been not
Get ready, fighters.
yeah.
Triumph or die.
Yeah, sure. I got it. Fuck. So yeah, like, my can cope with the best of them. That's the thing. Like, as far as like these, like, as far as a lot of her normals go, he's really good at like being able to like poke back and things like that. Because unlike Carrie, and Carrie again, like Carrie has like the wicked normal that are really good for like busting through at spots when you don't expect them to. I was hoping that he had empty jumps like yeah, flash kick. A lot of fun with Empty. Yeah.
Final round. Triumph or die.
Stay down.
Yeah. It's like trying to projectile war with Kyle as my is I don't recommend it. You basically have to spend way more meter than he has to in order to like force your way in during the projectile war. So I don't recommend it personally. If I hadn't messed with that easy there, I might have been able to make something work. But that's it's a hard guess. Like basically if I hadn't messed up the meaty there, I might have either gotten a hit from that meaty or otherwise forced him to stay on the defensive and made it work. Or I might have gotten hit by OD flash kick. These things happen. Guile as a character is very difficult to approach because as far as like defensive play goes, he's exceedingly good at that. Like a Guile does not have to engage with him, he doesn't want to. No, you trying to die there. So yeah, you remember what I said before, where it's like the enemy can basically put out pressure without as much commitment. This is the kind of thing that I need, right? Stop it. I could have done drive impact there. Yeah, it's a plus now. That's also cheating as fuck. Nope. Nope. See, I have a little bit of trouble with it, parries that like the Hooligan a lot, but I'm okay with it. Like I know most of this bullshit. It doesn't work for me like that. And I appreciate that they're trying anyway, and they couldn't possibly know that. But it's like yeah. I'm not as good at it with Candies who like to do a lot of like and stuff like that. It's a little harder. Okay, there.
Stay down.
Yeah. So basically, if I hadn't thrown that Kachosen before they did Hooligan there, I might have been able to grab them faster. That's good. Try to catch it out. I got it. This is the kind of person who does not care if they burn out as long as they can like set the tone. That's what they want. No, I want to do the thing. Yeah, they made it too obvious. They made their game plan too obvious. This was someone who was like extremely in the I'm going to do whatever I have to do to assert my pressure first and keep it going. And that's not a bad strategy, right? But the problem mostly is that, especially if you're using like a lot of overdrive moves or stuff like that, with the character that you're using, and you do that, it is extremely easy to overextend yourself and get your shit pushed in. You have to be very confident about how much you control, how much you spend, and be willing to be a little flexible on it. If you dig too hard on like trying to push forward on people, then you run into problems. Yeah, they come up with it. Pretty much. The other thing about like mine in particular is that the jump arc. So she can use Musabi no Mai to like very quickly change her jump arc, which is useful, but like oh, maybe better that OD figures them out in that case, because that might not work. I gotta be careful about the jump though. So my jump arc, because of how high it is, assuming that you are able to like catch her jumping at you, it is very easy to like jump my out of the jump. That's a lot. this is the other thing about Mai, and why one of the things that I think is going to be one of her strengths competitively. Hisatsu Shinobi Bachi is an absurdly good confirm. It's a really, really good confirm. If you're trying to kill with Super Archery, there's basically no circumstance under which landing any version of Hisatsu Shinobi Bachi fails. There's no circumstance where that happens with Hisatsu. I like to do a lot of standing. So if I can figure out how to bait that.
Stay down. Stay down.
Nah, if I was gonna do that, I should have. So, 4 HP looks like it's my maybe plus so that is a lot of fun. It's basically every other time I get hit by yeah, like that. That's what I get thrown afterwards. So, they like I said, they like to do that standing heavy kick a lot. And then they'll flip you got it. I'm not dead. So, basically speaking, I have like one opportunity to make it. But I'm also out of time. And this is what, but yeah, like, again, I said this before, and this is why I'm mostly just, like, in awe. Mai's confirms for Hisatsu Shinobi Bachi and how that will lead into SA3. I'm the kind of person who likes to, like, hold in and, like hold my meter sometimes and use it for, like, that hard touch reversal. Not necessarily just to show out, but just because I know that I have a better chance of doing it that way anyway. But like, yeah, like no, the fact that Mai can confirm Super RPG with any version of Hisatsu Shinobi Bachi except like the OD version, really good. Gotta be careful how much down. I also need to be careful about how much I'm jumping. It's like, basically, for people who do not play a lot of Street Fighter, the sort of like standard trick that Ryu often gets up to on purpose is that Ryu is throwing fireballs at his position. He's very deliberately trying to get to his jump. Like, Ryu is basically very deliberately trying to get to his jump, and he throws fireballs at his distance so he can show you, right? So even like that, right? So like even if you're like, I'm gonna do a dive, right? Like you have to be very, very intentional about like, oh, I'm gonna dive kick over this fireball. You have to basically do it at a certain distance in order to really make that work. And if you don't do it at the correct distance, and Ryu anticipates what you're gonna do, he will either block the fireball or show you can out of it instead. Or show you can out of the dive. That's what I'll say. Right? So like, if you're playing against like a Ryu or a Ken or an Akuma who has been doing this for a while, they understand, right, how to basically bait you into jumping. I have to be careful about these jumping now, right? Because basically, right, especially when Ryu has Super R3, when Ryu has Super R3, if he suspects that you're going to jump in at him, and he gets the opportunity to like, my fault. I messed up that punish a little bit. I could have cooked him. After the heavy Ryumbu, like Shinobi Bachi, SA3, you know. Yeah. So, like I said before, right? Like, unless you spend meter with Mai, getting her to like actually win a fireball war is very expensive. So you have to be very deliberate about like how you handle that. See? That's why you don't want to done so. That's the thing, right? So like, a good Ryu player will be throwing fireballs at a range where if you jump, he'll have time to recover and use it so you can. And it's very annoying to deal with, right? Yep. That's one way to do it. So, like I said before, right? Like when it comes to Fireball Wars, Mai is not winning Fireball Wars. Not without, like, you have to spend meter to basically get to win Fireball. gotta be a little careful.
Stay down.
Either you can bait an OD Shoryuken, or not gonna kill him, but
Floating like a butterfly.
it does put Ryu in burnout, and it allows me to do this. So that's the thing. The main flaw for Ryu and controlling space for doing the Hadouken Shoryuken trick. Ryu has to throw Hadouken at a range where you are forced to jump in at him, but he has enough time to recover the next Shoryuken. So if you jump at Ryu, or Ken, or Akuma from a close enough range when they do a fireball, they cannot SRK you in time. They'll eat shit if they try. So you can jump in on it. You can jump in forward over a fireball, but you have to move the distance. You have to distance. If you fuck it up, then you get covered.
Stay down.
Perfect!
Oh dear. I was expecting more.
Get ready, fighters! Triumph or die!
So yeah. Harry can Harry can do the same thing as far as like, well, it's sort of complicated with Harry, right? Because his fireball, ooh, rising tackle, good. I wanna. Ah, you fucked it up. Why does it always end in a fight when I see you? Or my. But yeah, like that's the thing, right? Terry calculates this a little different. In practice, Terry can basically do the same sort of thing because even though his power travels under projectiles, the threat is still to make you jump, so then he can do rising tackles and stuff like that, right? The main thing for Terry that he has to deal with is that because his normals are a bit more awkward, like him capitalizing on punishment and stuff like that, when he gets you to do things that he shouldn't be doing, is a little harder for him.
Stay down.
Ooh.
Get ready, fighters! Triumph or die!
So, so yeah, right? like I said, you know. Nope.
Hadouken! Hadouken! Hadouken!
How silly! My turn!
Hadouken! How silly!
As predicted!
Oh, I should have just done SA3 after that Ryuembu kill.
Jinrai! Ura! Hadouken! 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 Bad mistake!
And I'm if I'd done SA3 after that Ryuembu, and I shouldn't have done that.
How's this? Ura! Let's get Hadouken! Hadouken!
I want to be careful here.
Floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee.
But yeah, this is kind of why I like playing Mario. Because the main thing is that I know I was talking earlier about how different he is from Terry,
It's showtime!
but the main and how in some ways he's not exactly like Tammy, but very close. This is the kind of thing that I need, right? Like, nope, didn't done that.
It's past your bedtime.
Yeah, like with my
Ready, fighters!
certain confirms,
Triumph or die!
like it's not even that like my has confirms that are unusual for this game particularly. It's just that like the ones that she has are very similar in practice to a lot of the ones I like to use with Tammy. That's my life a lot easier in certain aspects. Yeah, that's fair. Oh. See, look at that. Like, jab, 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 Obi-Bachi. Like, SA3, and it's done, you're cooked. I am not confident enough in my knowledge of the Street Fighter 6 metagame to be like, Mai is going to be a top tier character. I wouldn't dare say that. I don't play this game competitively, so I can't say that with any confidence. But I can say that as far as like, oh, do you want a character that you can kind of like pick up and just generally sort of work with? Maya's there. Hi. The main things that make Mai more difficult to sort of like work around are like things like, right, knowing how to set up your fan pressure, right? If you're not careful about when you try to set up fan pressure, you will absolutely get hooked, right? Very good. That's plus. You got me separate? Alrighty. Yep. And then I got those. Yep, and I have to get out of that. So yeah, that's the thing I mean when I say like setting up fan pressure, right? Like, once you have an understanding of when to charge fan, when versus not to use a charge fan and things like that, right? Yeah, see? Yeah, see? So, this is the hard part, right? Because with mine, right? Once you have, and this person has a better grasp of their fan game than I do, and part of this that I also, if they're going to take to the air more often, I need to shut them down a little harder. So, it's mostly like now, I'm trying to figure out how to work around like them throwing fans. Right? Like, you notice how they're very deliberate about when they throw charge fans, right? They have a better sense of like how to do my pressure game with fans than I do. Because I'm not used to playing characters that have like projectiles, so this is a lot newer to me. Yeah. If I blocked that, I would have had a fat punish right there. But I messed it up. So. Right. They have a better. They have better fireball pressure than me. Straight up. I don't have the fireball pressure game down like that, so I got killed.
Here comes a new challenger.
Okay, so Akuma, are you losing because you're losing, or are you distracted by your character? What up, man? Hey, Aeons.
It's showtime.
I can't believe it. It has been forever since it has been a hot minute since we talked, and it's the first thing that you say to me. How fucking dare you? Good. How are you? Right. So for people who don't know Akuma or anything about the character, basically the thing with Akuma is that from the check that I cannot have an eye check with my event ball. Okay. I think I see the trick. I think I see the trick here, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything about it. Yeah, basically, there are things about Mai, I was saying this earlier, there are things about Mai that remind me a lot of Spin, except that if you have projectile, you have other ways of like laying pressure down on people. That said, this person is, basically speaking, they're literally just relying on like fire. They're doing the thing with like. So you remember how I said earlier that like if you don't jump at the right distance, you will just get your shit pushed in against like somebody doing like fireball show you can stuff. Is what I mean. They're gonna done me. They're not gonna be matched. Okay, they are. So this is basically the thing I have to work with. I have to basically work around the fact that like this person likes to throw a bunch of fire. Like basically their whole plan is throw a bunch of fireballs, and then at certain distances, Astro Warp, and throw, and then that's it, right? The main problem here is that because Akuma basically has 1,000 less health than the baseline in this game, if you put him in a situation where you smother his offense, right? And that's why I was like, I know what they're doing, but now it's like the question, can I do anything, right? Because the whole thing is gonna be like, yeah, if I had enough for SHG, I would put them right there, but I didn't. So that's okay. No, get fucked. And that's the problem, right? Like, this person is relying too heavily on, I'm gonna, like, throw a shit ton of fireballs, and then Astro Warp or Shoryuken. And it's like, okay, that works, but you don't have a plan for what happens when somebody, like, works their way past that and then doesn't get hit by, all the bullshit. The hard part is that I have to, like, not, like, fuck up the anti-fireball approach, obviously. But, like... I got him. But... yeah, like, see? That was satisfying on the unmatched fireball thing to grab my fighting. Yeah, like, that's the thing, right? Like... yeah, like, basically they're gonna keep using Astro Warp and Astro Warp and the Fireball. Yeah, they're gonna get hurt here. Yep. Lol. I was the one throwing a billion fireballs at my brother. Oh, yeah, lol. Hold it for you. Yep. So yeah, a lot of this now is basically just that, like, I have to, like, see, like, that shit doesn't work all the time. Alright, I'm gonna get hit by that, that's fine, but you're gonna get time to get meter back, and I lose a bunch of health, but, like, get fucked. Not gonna kill him, I don't think. Akuma has enough health for that. Or no, he doesn't actually. No, get fucked. Actually, get fucked. Right, so this is the thing I was trying to say earlier, right? The thing about playing Akuma, right? The thing about playing Akuma is that while he has a blistering offense, like, Akuma, when he's locked in, will make you eat shit like 5 billion ways to Sunday. But, and this has been a thing that's been true with the playable version of Akuma for forever, basically, every legally playable version of Akuma always has less health than other characters in the game. And in Street Fighter 6 specifically, he has literally the lowest health in the game. Everybody else has like a baseline of 10,000. Marisa and Honda have 10.5. Zangief has 11. Akuma's got 9,000 health. So, like, it is very literally a thing where he literally cannot afford to make one. Or rather, he cannot afford to make mistakes the way that other people can. at all. Like, he will get. So if you're if you're playing against Akuma, or if you're playing as Akuma, you just have to be confident in your offense, or you get cooked, like super hard, like super bad, and you just die. Because if you put hands on him, he explodes, and that's kind of always been the way that they've balanced his offensive potential in every game that he's been legally playable, or at least like the legally playable version of it, right? Yeah. So they did that mostly so that they knocked my drive down a bit and gave time to recover. And I take a ton of him, and it makes sense, right? Unfortunately, I've got title confirms in that case. The one thing I do need to start doing that I'm noticing a lot of my players do now, so I'm going to have to try, it looks like back heavy kick, like that, it looks like that's my meaty button of choice when she has the option for setting it up. It's also the button that people use out of Drive Rush a lot when they want to like sort of enforce plus frames, I'm noticing. So if I walked there instead of dash, I could have blocked that, but I was a little impatient. I'm not gonna die from that though. They don't have enough meter to do. Yeah, they don't have enough. They don't have the wouldn't have a critical arc in the kill there. It would have forced me to like stay in like dive recovery though, or in burnout. It would have forced me to stay in burnout for a bit longer if they had like super arc to be there, but. Yeah, so fuck up the punish. Gotcha. So, the other thing about Mach that's very important to know. It is very difficult if she's got meter. This is the trick, right? Kagedo no Mach, super art that I use, super art 1. It does not have a lot of horizontal reach, but its vertical reach is really, really, really good. So, provided that somebody doesn't like fuck up your input with like a crossover, with like a cross-up jump or something like that, if people are jumping at you as Mai and you've got meter, they're gonna eat shit. And like jumping at Mai when you have meter, when she has meter, is generally not a good idea. messed it up. Like, if I had tried to jump there to bait, like, Ryu Engine, I would have eaten shit and gotten hit by, Kagero no Mine. So, like, yeah, like, trying to, like, vertically get clearance over mine when you have meter is not a good idea. Did start doing 2MP more often. That's causing me to miss stuff. Like that. Nope. I gotta figure out fast.
It's showtime! Face it straight!
I need to be careful about this shot. I'm trying to be more. I'm trying to jump less. That was probably a view engine, and they just couldn't get it out in time. I should probably start trying to go for heavy UM blue off of that setup, which is then that. That's enough. Yeah, like that driver towards K is the business. Like, I get why people are doing it. And it's gonna be the thing that either I need to learn how to do or I need to learn how to do more effective. Now I'm curious about how plus that is. Well, I know that it's plus enough to like under combo stuff after, because like people are doing it a lot. That's yeah. I'm getting lazy. I'm not lazy. I'm getting careless, which confirms that I'm trying to use it. And that's beginning to cause me problems.
Lost your cool? Stay down. Watch your head.
Got it now.
Floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee.
KO! Mine wins!
Absolutely amazing. Look at her. Anyway.
My turn.
Okay, yeah, that's why. The reason why a lot of people are doing like drive rush,
New challenger.
back heavy kick is that shit's like +3 on block. That's really good. For this game in particular, that's very good.
It's showtime.
So that explains why people have been using it as like a meaty tool. Because like it's really plus. I just have to be careful not to like match the other buttons.
Stay down.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I respect it. That wasn't on them. I don't think. Either they plugged manually or we got disconnected because our connection is being like weird. I don't know which. One of those two.
Really now? You shouldn't keep a girl waiting.
So yeah, like my whole so yeah, this is why like I think when I think about it, hey Hans, if you're still here, this is sort of why like I gravitated to my still, right? Because like, granted, right, like there's not no circumstances. There are exceedingly rare circumstances in which Shinobi Bachi is a good meaty tool or anything like that, but it's like having a spiral arrow. It's like having any version of Spiral Arrow confirmed in SA3 with Cammy. Like any version. Amongst other things. Which is why I'm like, yeah, like, it kind of feels like it sort of still feels like I'm playing, it sort of still feels like I'm playing Cammy in some aspects, but like, I pressed the wrong button to try to like. What's it going? Rising up. Oh. That. But. Yeah. Once people are low on, some people don't care about it. once people are low on drive gauge, you usually don't have to worry as much about like jump scares from like drive rush or drive impact or something like that. With most people, this is not always true, but most people don't want to be in a situation where they're in burnout. Just because it's really difficult to kind of like deal with this. Or usually you are in a really shit situation if you're in burnout. Ooh. So once people get into like that, like lower than 2 drive gauges, they usually don't want to do drive rush or drive impact. Usually. If they're reasonably certain that they can gamble a drive rush and get enough plus frames to kill you, or to like counter DI you, then they will. But I fucked it up. I'm not cooked, but I'm just gonna hurt a lot. Still not cooked yet. It's gonna be close, but not quite. Unless they fuck up their conversion and like give me a chance to run backwards. Basically I was watching them carefully and I was like, I feel like they're not doing the setup of SA3 here, so I'm going to be okay. Nope. Perfect. I gotta be careful about jumping at that. Yep, rising up. Cut. There we go. So yeah, sometimes, right, even when it comes to like affecting movement at people, you don't have to drive rush in or do a dash or anything like that.
Oh, no, you don't! I gotcha!
That's good.
Where you going? Take this!
I messed up because the Namibachi didn't come out. I fumbled in. Butterfly, more like a bee. Yes, you can't judge a book by its cover. The fact that I can hear that in Alex Lay's voice, so despite the fact that that's whipped, it's a very specific like setup that blue players will use to get into position for meetings and stuff like that. Gotta be careful. See, like that distance that I jumped at? Like, there we go.
Get ready, fighters! Triumph or die!
So the thing that's dangerous about Luke is that a lot of his normals, and one of the reasons why he's a very good character for new players, because a lot of Luke's normals will cause him to juke forward or backward. So if he's in a situation where he needs to, I'm doing this wrong. Because a lot of Luke's normals will juke him forward or backward. Huh. I was not expecting that UMD to miss. Okay. That's unfortunate. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting UMD to miss there at all. That's why I've been doing MP, I think. So yeah, like, Luke either has deceptively long reach for a lot of like his moves, or they juke him forward or backward, which is really good at like helping him punish counter people, especially if they have limbs out in spots where they shouldn't be. And that's why Luke is really good for a lot of people as a first character, because what happens basically is that with the way that a lot of his normals reach and things like that, you wind up in situations where that's fair. I think this will kill. Yeah, we made it. Whew. But yeah, because of the way that Luke's normal tend to move him forward or back, that's the thing I was trying to finish the thought on. It means that if you are fighting against a Luke player and you are pressing buttons irresponsibly, then you will get counter hit and punish counter. Well, you'll get punish countered and counter hit a lot. So what will happen is he's going to approach in and then punch your shit in because like you moved into range of one of his buttons when you were trying to like do footsies. So it doesn't mean that you can't do footsies with Luke, but it means mostly that like, yeah, this view knows what's out there. I had to play a little careful. Yeah, this Ryu knows what's up. So, like, if I fuck up, I'm gonna get hit by the... Like, they're gonna fucking do me in with the Shoto class. Which is, like, right, when you can jump in, like, you're just gonna get hit by Shoto. Yeah, like that's just +3 on block. So I understand why people are using it so much as like the pressure option for Mai. It's like, right, you might as well just, like, if you're gonna spend the meter. like you get at full screen, for example, right? It's pretty safe to jump over a fireball, but right when you're at about like half screen or so, not so much. Yeah, so like when you're at full screen, right? If Ryu throws a fireball, in most cases you're fine to jump forward. At half screen or so, you'll want to do a neutral jump, but that is fine, right? For jumping over a fireball. But like, if Ryu's throwing a fireball and you're at like half screen, you're risking it a little. Like, if I try to jump over a fireball, like roughly this distance, that distance is about the safety zone. Basically, any situation where Ryu throws like like see, and that's the thing, right? Like Ryu, what happens is that Ryu wants you to like start getting used to jumping over fireballs. So you jump over fireballs, so you jump over fireballs and just come and you get like this. Or if he throws it from far enough out, then that doesn't really matter. Yeah, and it's. Yeah, see, like, I can tell that I'm getting too antsy and I'm too scared, and that's why I'm jumping at top like getting top like so. Because part of it is that like the Ryu is effectively pushing me to the corner really easily, and it's like I gotta chill a little bit. Like I was starting to notice how I was starting to walk back a little bit too much, and that's why I was like, you know, I gotta walk forward just a little bit. So yeah, that's the kind of thing I mean, right? Like, if you want to win a fireball wall with Mai, you gotta turn on that gauge for it. So like, on the face of it, like trying to win a fireball wall with Mai is very difficult. You don't want to use resources. Yeah, see, got me thinking about fireballs that aren't even coming. And that's the other thing, right? So with Ryu, one of the things about like Ryu's fireball game in particular is that you know, I don't. If I was gonna come in. So that's the thing, right? Ken, you can get away with drive impacting through Ken's fireballs because like his recovery time on his is a lot longer. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! The run back! Holy shit! The run back! If that dive kick hadn't hit where it had, if that dive kick hadn't hit like that, I would have been cooked. I would have been omega cooked. How the fuck did I run that back? I feel like I stole that. That feels like a robbery. It feels like I stole that. It feels like I should not have been able to get away with that. That feels... I don't know how I feel about that. That feels like that was crooked. That was kind of crooked. I shouldn't have been able to get away with it. Ah, dang, I missed it out the way. Basically speaking, I had like a spit of health left, and so did the Ryu. I managed to correctly dive kick over a fireball. They blocked it, but they didn't DP me. And whatever they pressed was not faster than my jabs, so I said jab, 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 Isatsu Shinobi Bachi, critical, and killed.
Face it straight!
Almost had it. Probably in that situation, I could have done that. Done Obi into Kagura no Mai. Obi and like finishing into that field. Nope. Expensive, but I'll take it. So, the thing about Kagura no Mai is that it gives you these little flame stocks. Fuck. I'm not gonna die. But I'm not gonna die. The thing about, I wanted to do, oh, never mind, I'm full of shit. The thing about Kagura no Mai when you use it is that it powers up. It gives you like 5 flame stocks that power up all of your other special moves, as well as, basically powers up every special and super move that Mai has except for her super art. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. I have a feeling I could have a sense right now, though. I have a sense of like the way that they kind of want to. Yeah. Like they don't want to commit at all to that until they're reasonably certain that I'm not going to be, Kagura no Mai killed there. Respond correctly. Alright. I'm not totally cooked, but I have to think a lot harder about how to respond back to this now.
Hadouken! Pay attention! KO!
I almost had it, but I didn't think I couldn't catch their patterns quickly enough.
Here comes a
That's on
new
me.
challenger.
Oh god, it's Blanca. Ah, fuck. Okay. So, Blanca's whole thing, and the reason why I was like, ah, damn it, fuck. Because Blanca's main thing is that he has to commit to like a bunch of like really wild shit, but the main thing is that any Blanca player that understands how to commit to the bullshit that Blanca gets up to will make your life miserable. He's a very annoying character to fight against if you don't understand, or even when you do understand some of the bullshit that he's capable of. It can be extremely frustrating to fight against him. Luckily, this Blanca player does not seem to have a whole lot of that, so I'm probably okay. Right, no. Yeah. So yeah, this is the kind of thing. Yeah, this person isn't quite doing all of like the most Blanca things that I would expect from a Blanca player, but you know, that is also kind of a strength in and of itself. And power. I'm deathly afraid that at some point in this Mai, what they're going to do is change it so that you can't confirm how to Shinobi Bachi, and I'm going to try a lot.
It's showtime! Face it straight!
Yeah. This Blanca is not as confident in their play as like other Blancas that I've gone up against. Either because they are new to playing Blanca or because they're new to Diamond rank. I mean, like you got there we go. Nice. Huh? Oh.
Floating like a butterfly, singing like a bee.
diamond is where a lot of people tend to get like stuck, or platinum. I forget which rank it is where. So basically, in Street Fighter 6, you cannot rank down until you reach, I think, either platinum rank or diamond. I think platinum. So most people will bottom out in either platinum or diamond. Most people will bottom out in platinum or diamond because basically that's around the point at which, like, generally speaking, you have to start developing a much stronger game sense in a general sense in order to get past most people that play at those games. Most. Yeah, you can't get high through shoot. Yeah. Like, basically speaking, if you are basically playing enough at platinum and diamond rank and actively making improvements to how you play, it does eventually show. It's basically the simplest way to put it. Right?
Get ready, fighters! Triumph or die!
But yeah, ranked. I'm really only doing ranked primarily just because I want to see where I can. I didn't really feel like doing like the rank climb with Lily. I like Lily, but not enough to like try to climb rank with her. And I like Terry, but not enough to like try to climb rank with him. But yeah, I'm feeling gas. I'm feeling it. Oh. Nope, I messed up the confirm. But yeah, like, once you're in, like, platinum and diamond, if you're playing a lot and you're actively, like, trying to make better note of the things that you're not doing very much, then you usually have easier time finding. Yep. She's so cool. Anyway. So yeah, like, generally speaking, right? Yeah, like, And the other thing about ranked in even fighting games is that, like, how do I put it? Taking it as like a hard measure of like your skill level, quote unquote, is it has its down, and it's not something that I generally recommend to a lot of people, right? Like, if you want to use it as like a benchmark for your personal growth, that's fine. But if you're like, hey, so like I'm a master in I'm mastering in Street Fighter, this means I get a pro, right? And it's like, not necessarily, right? Because even as good as like Street Fighter's online play is, you know, playing offline is a very different experience, right? Tournament nerves go online tournaments and replicate that to a certain extent, right? There's something very different about like having to perform in front of like actual people. It's very different, and you may find that like doing that offline is immensely more difficult because like the nerves are different and all that stuff. So it's one of those things where it's like I do rank. The hill is there, so I want to climb. I don't necessarily take like my actual rank per se as a mark of how well I am, or how good I am with the character. I take it more as a sense of like how comfortable have I become with this thing. More so than like, oh, this means I'm really good with it. It's like, no, if I'm master ranked, it means I'm like, I am relatively confident with what I'm doing with the character and how to control them. But not necessarily like, oh yeah, I'm pro, right? I couldn't, that was too far out. Yeah. Rank is sometimes deceiving also. Like, you'll have people that don't like do rank online, but have been grinding really hard offline with like really strong offline teams, and then you can tell because they don't move like novices, they don't fight like novices, right?
Stay down.
Ooh, that was a good one. Good show you. Yep. There you can. Unfortunately, even when, yeah, like that shit's not plus enough to like force me to stay on the defensive there, and I respect it. That Togeki is really plus, so good. Yep. Yeah, I'm sure you think myself. I don't know if this will kill. It might. Yeah, yeah, he's dead. Oh no, no, fuck! Alright. No, fuck! I should have done OD. I should have done OD Hadouken. Oh, I choked! I thought I had to kill. I choked! Fry. If I done OD Fireball, if I done OD Fan there and charged it, I would have been able to blow through during the Fireball War maybe Ryu would have blocked all that, but it would have given me more time to think and to maybe do something else. But I wasn't thinking straight. So I panicked a little bit and I choked. Sailor V. Okay, Marisa again. Okay.
Show me what you
So
have.
if this person does not do Gladius the way the other Marisa does, the Marisa did, then I'm got a chance, I think. Yeah. Okay. I think I have a sense of it.
Get ready,
I
fighters.
think I have a sense of it.
Triumph or die.
They almost have enough for there. I said B, so I gotta be careful here. Ooh, almost had that. Ah, that was a weird interaction. Granted, I very nearly died. Because here's the thing about Marisa, right? Marisa is
It's showtime.
one of those characters who has, when I say explosive damage, I am not kidding. So it's one of those things where with Marisa, you're not careful, right? Then even as the defender, what will happen is Marisa will do some Marisa shit and you eat immense shit for it. As you, yeah, those muscles aren't, yeah, she's strong as hell, those muscles aren't. Yeah. He also does what I will call affectionately really, really silly amounts of drive gauge damage, especially with like Gladius. If you spend a lot of time like, ooh, yeah, it's fair. If you spend a lot of time like trying to like, yeah. But yeah, basically speaking, if you spend a lot of time just trying to do regular blocks on Gladius, and you're not parrying them, or otherwise not getting hit by them, he eats your drive gauge for breakfast, and then basically puts you in a position where you get, you get put in a position where, like, especially if she's been, like, counting on you a lot with, like, Gladius and stuff like that, you sort of just eat shit because, you have no drive gauge left, and then that means that she just gets to kind of, like, wail on you with impunity, and it hurts. So it's one of those things where if you're not very careful or proactive about how you defend against her, you have a bad time. Manat Season 3 DLC. Okay, cool. I guess. Yeah, they already know the trick. Because you know that they didn't try to push button after I did Drive Rush or HP. I try not to use that a lot because, like, because the thing is that, right? Part of this is on me because, like, I really don't like being burned out, which means that a lot of the time I don't do, like, a lot of, like, Drive Rush stuff and stuff like that. This isn't gonna nah, but
Like a butterfly, singing like a bee. Beautiful, right? My turn. Stay down.
fuck. Yeah, they did it cheaper. They got a cheaper kill and they got sooner enough to probably go back to the critical hard. Well, whereas I don't. That was good. So they knew that I was gonna jump because of the fans, and then they used the dash to get under me, and like, shit. I respect it. Okay, but not TCP DLC. You have my attention.
Watch your head.
Good. Yeah. So when Target on my has been used and my has flame stocks, their fans become a lot more potent and all that other stuff. So like you do oftentimes, depending on the matchup, maybe want to like make a call between whether or not you use Kage no Mai.
It's gonna hurt.
That was good.
Stay down.
So, that wasn't a bad call. The problem is that I was too close. So, because Kachosen still has a recovery factor, so like, and that's why I was trying to hold on to that giant gauge for a second, because I'm like, if I was like, if I put them in at low enough health, I can force the issue with OD Kachosen, and just like I was like, yeah, OD Kachosen will pretty much put them in the pressure cooker and either force an error out of them or make them piss themselves. Like, it's one of those two. And I was like, all right, here we go, let's try it. And as it turned out, that was the play.
Show me what you
It's showtime.
Oh, I fought this guy already. They had the really good control center here. Yeah.
Get ready, fighters. Triumph or die.
stay down.
Nope. Yeah. I got a little sloppy. Probably what I should have done with that back heavy. You're annoying. I don't like it when you do the one and done. I gotta hold that, but like it's like, Anyway, nah, it's just on me.
Here comes a new challenger.
Oh hey, it's a JP. So, JP.
I am the prize of the shiranui.
It's showtime.
JP is interesting because JP's whole thing as a character is that the mid-range, like the mid-range and the long range, he controls really well, but like up close, he basically constantly eats shit. Unless you have enough meter for like a super or certain things, but he basically excels at like JP basically really excels at like if he's got you at mid-range and long range, he will lock you down with the rest of the bullshit, basically. Assuming that he guesses correct. So he's not completely helpless at close range, but it is a lot harder for him to fight it like it's a lot harder for him to fight it. A lot of his moves sort of like center around pushing you into his optimal range so that he can like he focuses on pushing you out so that he can like do spikes and roasts and stuff like that. He can lock down at mid and long range so you can't approach him. That's kind of his thing. But the flip side to that is that if you cannot keep the opponent out, or you cannot check your advances inward with your better buttons for that, then and you're a JP player, you kind of shit. So, Amnesia, which is the move that JP used to like, to sort of set me up there, like that. OD Amnesia used to be basically one of the best reversals in the game, depending on who you talk to. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I mean. Like if JP puts you in a position where you cannot reach him, and he has had the opportunity to like, JP puts you in a position where he basically gets to throw ghosts all day, you kind of that's kind of how that goes down. Especially if your character is not mobile enough to push him off, it's not a good one. But JP's main thing mostly is that he cannot. Infighting is very difficult for him, like I was saying before, and it's one of those things where like, when you close distance with him, he basically has to commit to like. The thing he has to commit to is basically figuring out how to push you off, or if he's got super, using super at the right time to force you off. You can't do either of those things if you eat immense amounts of shit. No, I don't need to jump. Why am I jumping? Nope. Medium doesn't work from that. Yep, go. I wanted to do doing one of those throws. I was trying to do Pocket Little Mars, but I messed up. shouldn't have pressed anything. Because I think I was at the height. I was at the height to be safe from a jab, but because I tried to jab afterwards, I got blown up. Get over. I hesitated. Alright, one more, and then we're good. Like, if I manage to make it to master rank with Mai, then that would be pretty cool. But I'm not going to treat it as like, if I don't do it, then I'm trash, right? And that's sort of the thing, right? This is the thing I was sort of alluding to earlier, and then I dropped my train of thought halfway through, but I'm coming back around. Ranked in fighting games. Like I said before, for me, I treat it as an indicator of how comfortable I am with a given character. To a certain extent, right? And what I mean by that is, ranked matches are really good at testing, do you know enough about this character to you're fighting against, and that you're using to adapt quickly. That is really what ranked is for testing, right? Casual matches, on the other hand, or long sets, are really good for just in training your endurance as well as your understanding of as well as deepening your understanding of the character's sort of habits and abilities in these sort of long-term situations, right? Right? So if you're like, I really want to do that, right? Depending on how you learn, well, there are a lot of ways to kind of do this, right? And part of the thing that I know part of what is a big part of why at least my particular stagnation is that I don't tend to I don't watch my own videos and things like that very often. they said I'm sure you can, I would have caught it right on the jaw. I would have caught that shit on the jaw. I would have had to hold that shit. There's the OD showdown. I shouldn't have jumped there. Or if I was gonna jump, I should have tried to do a pop up. Like that would not have been my dream. I was walking back too far. I wanted to do that and do that. The main thing when I say too slow is that, like, usually what I mean by that is that if I'm using a link that's like relatively tight, it means I didn't put in the input quickly enough. That's usually what I mean. No. I don't want to end it on that, but I should because it's like 9:35, and that's enough time. And we're gonna wind up running into. So I'm gonna hold that. I'll hold that. That's my O. Whether I like it or not, that's my O. So yeah, I think Mai's pretty neat. I think that she's really good. I am admittedly, I thought initially that I was not, like, so Bison I was kind of like whatever for. Mai, much more fun than I was expecting. I think, if I'm going to be really real about it, really, truthfully though, I'm still looking extremely forward to Elena. I played a lot of Elena in Third Strike. Given how Street Fighter 6 has generally been good to a lot of like returning characters in terms of like really spicing them up, especially people who were in Street Fighter 5. Elena wasn't in 5. Last Street Fighter game that Elena was in was like Street Fighter 4. And she was a menace in that game for various reasons. I don't necessarily anticipate that she's going to be as good, but that's hard to say, right? Like, you never know. So, let me throw down the links and stuff before we get tabbed up by ads. So, I do game analysis design articles over on my GeoCities blog. Has an RSS feed, you should follow it. Stream VODs go up on YouTube. My Ko-Fi, you can support me in the stream without giving money to Amazon and Jeff Bezos that way. You can do recurring subs over there the way that you do on Twitch. Personally, I prefer recurring Ko-Fi subs over Twitch subs because I get more of a cut from those in terms of like straight money. Twitch, I have to reach a certain payout value in order to threshold in order to get money from subs. Whereas like Ko-Fi, that doesn't happen. Bro, you can use to like gift stuff anonymously, whether it's for stream use, apartment use, or otherwise. My card has a lot of the social media links on. If you want to know more about the indie game studio I helped co-found, that's munity.games. It's the website. So community without the COM, that's us. We have a Patreon, both free and paid tier, where you can help support us making games. And if you want to play a demo of our first game, Shoot Lancer, it's over there on our page. And then last but not least, if you don't mind making a Roblox account you never have to use for anything else ever, you can make one and join us over on Guilded if you want to hang out with us when we're not doing streaming stuff. But that's not required. I understand that, like, for various reasons, people probably don't want to have to fuck with Roblox if they don't have to. So, you know, I get it. I understand. And so, last but not least, all that said and all that done, we're gonna go hang out with somebody, TM. Who the somebody is, I don't know yet. I'm gonna go check it out and go figure it out. Let's see. Important mod documents. This one. Yeah, okay. So I updated that recently. Was it Kensu that we're gonna go see on the 9th? I don't remember. Anyway. Okay. Where are we gonna go? You know what? I know where we're going, I think. It's been a little while since we've been over to this stream, so I feel appropriate for us to go over there. Capcom game to Capcom game. We're gonna go hang out with Curious Joy. She is currently playing some Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm probably gonna get Monster Hunter Wilds myself. I like Monster Hunter a lot. And now that I've cut my teeth on Rise, you know, playing Wilds is also kind of in my wheelhouse. So, thank y'all for coming by. People appreciate it. When we made Joy, it's been a little while, so don't be too wild. Give her an FH, just rate. Throw in your favorite emotes. They don't have to be my emotes. Don't get too froggy with the with which emotes you do. Be polite. It's been a little while since we've been over her way, and I don't want to. Stay safe, wash hands, wear a mask, don't go outside if you don't have to. Be excellent to each other, but not too bigots, racist, turfs, sexist, anti-queer folks, or Zionists. Black lives matter, trans rights, human rights, reproductive rights, human rights. Palestine, sit on the Congo, New Caledonia, must all right? That's just kind of what it is. I deeply appreciate y'all hanging out. Stream schedule is as normal. This upcoming Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, is more SMT Nocturne. We're going to be heading up to the next part of the Tower of Kakatsuchi. Gonna try to take out at least another boss and see if we can make it to the last junk shop that is in the Tower of Kagutsuchi and like knock out the last Magatama that I need to get before we can go get the ultimate Magatama. That's pretty much how that goes. Next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time is going to be more game dev stream. Now that I've given y'all 2 solid streams of Street Fighter 6 with I think maybe it's KOF coming Friday, maybe not. I'm gonna ponder it over. I think. But thanks y'all for coming. Deeply appreciate it. Be cool for Joy. I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.